Hello KCET warriors, your final result is finally out. So some of you might be thinking, so now the results are out, now I have to prepare for KCET exam. KCET exam is another 13 days I guess. If you are watching this today, 13 days. If you are watching slightly maybe 1 or 2 days later, then less number of time is left for that. So how can you prepare for KCET exam? And if you are already preparing, how can you confirm that okay, the way I am doing, how I should secure my good rank, that because I am doing well, so what should be my strategy for last 13-14 days, what should I be doing? So that's why I have decided, okay, let give you an idea that how can you still secure a 45 marks guaranteed in physics. So first of all, before I start, I always tell you the exam pattern, because many of you go into the exam hall without having any idea about the question paper pattern. They know that 60 questions will be asked, 60 questions I have to answer, and many students think that the exam is very easy. Some students think that exam may be difficult, may be easy. So for those who are not aware of the exam pattern, there are 60 questions that you have to answer obviously, and approximately in 60 minutes. Why I say 60 minutes? Because eventually what will happen is that you will be given some extra time, but that time actually some extra time will be gone only for your preparation of your OMR sheet. Okay, you have to fill the OMR sheet. So if you are not ready, then for 60 questions in 60 minutes you might lose time on that. Okay, so don't take more than 60 minutes before. That is the major thing in the exam. Secondly, 45 questions, generally 40 to 45 questions are from your PU2, and around 15 to 20 questions are from PU1. The pattern changed last year, but on an average you can say this is the number. Now out of all these questions, 25 to 30 questions are relatively easy. Relatively easy means that should not take more than 1 minute to solve. Okay, out of 25 to 30 questions, you should be able to solve less than 1 minute. Okay, so those questions are considered easy question, and you should not miss out on these questions. These questions are must to solve. Okay, you cannot miss out on these questions. Next is 15 questions are medium in the sense that some of these questions might take slightly more than 1 minute but less than 2 minutes. Now how can you manage these 15 questions? The time that you have saved while solving these 30 easy questions, okay, those extra, every second counts. So those extra seconds that you accumulate throughout when solving these 30 questions, you can invest some of them into solving these 15 medium questions. Okay, medium questions again can be solved between 1 minute to 2 minutes, so that is also solvable. So easily 45 marks you can score if you answer only easy and medium questions. There will be 15 questions which will be slightly difficult. Now difficult questions are around so that will take slightly more than 2 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes based on the question. 1 or 2 questions will take 5 minutes, remaining other questions will take slightly more than 2 minutes. So those are difficult questions. You have to think, you have to invest your time to solve those questions. Again, so the strategy is very simple. More time you save while solving the easy questions, more time you will get to solve these medium and difficult level questions. Now I am not expecting all of you, if you are starting today, that you will be solving all the difficult questions, but at least 5 to 10 difficult questions is solvable if you can manage the time. If you can manage the time, these 15 difficult questions can also be answered. Now what are all the important chapters from where you should study first? Okay, these chapters are must do. If you have not revised them, you should first revise these chapters first. Electric charges and field, electrostatic potential and capacitance, current, electricity, moving charges and magnetism, alternating current, ray optics and optical instrument, wave optics, dual nature of radiation and matter, and experiments. Experiment is a new addition where you are going to get questions based on your PU1 and PU2 experiments that you have done in your laboratory. Okay, the laboratory notebooks, the lab manuals that you have, go through them once so that you revise those concepts. Okay, so experiment based questions will be there, 3 of them, not difficult. Again, if you have idea about experiments, if you have done experiments in the laboratory, then you will be able to answer them. if you have not done the experiments in laboratory, you just have copied it from your friend, then these 3 questions can be difficult for you. Okay, now remaining chapters of your PU2, for example, magnetism and matter, electromagnetic induction, atoms and nuclei, and semiconductors, they are medium weightage chapters. From these chapters you are going to get 9 questions. So previously, if you study all these, you are going to get 35 questions. If you study these chapters, you are going to get 9 questions. Okay, now among your PU1 chapters, these are the important chapters of your PU1: motion in a straight line, motion in a plane, Newton's laws, rotational motion, and gravitation. Now in these chapters you will get you are going to get 2 questions. Motion in a straight line, you are going to get 1 question. Okay, rotational motion and system of particles is a difficult chapter. So if you have studied this chapter in the past, well and good. If you have not studied, at least go for NCERT summary of the chapters. For PU1 chapters, I recommend you, highly recommend you go through NCERT summary of all the chapters if possible, because questions of PU1 are relatively easier. Out of the 20 or 15 to 20 questions that you can get, out of that around 12 to 15 questions are easy, one shot questions. Okay, once you read it, you will be able to answer them, but for that you need to have the study, how to study a chapter, quickly study a chapter. NCERT summary is the best way to study a chapter, revise a chapter. Okay, so don't forget to revise these chapters. You have to go a little bit detailed because two questions are coming. Rotational motion is optional. 1 question will be easy, 1 question will be slightly tricky. So easy question you can answer if you read the NCERT summary. Difficult questions, for that you have to solve numerical questions from this chapter. Okay, so if you have done that in the past, you can go and solve it. Otherwise you can skip the chapter, just read the NCERT summary and move ahead. Okay, now what should be your plan for this next 13-14 days? So first you have to remember that how can I divide my time in preparation. So first step, I am going to tell you 2-phase preparation strategy that will be very beneficial for you. So concept, formula and PYQ from today till day 9th. Okay, so from today till 19th of April, you have to follow this strategy. So daily plan, you have to at least invest 6-7 hours for physics. Obviously there are other subjects, physics, chemistry, maths, so each subject demands at least 6 hours, but I know it is difficult. Some students feel easy to answer mathematics, they feel difficulty in solving physics question. Some students find physics easier than other subjects. So if you feel that physics is the most difficult subject for you, then you should invest at least 6 to 7 hours for physics. But if you feel that okay, physics slightly easier for me, I am able to answer the questions, then you can invest 4 to 5 hours. That depends on individual to individual, but this is in general. I am saying student who is weak in physics. Okay, chapter revision, every chapter you have to revise 2 hours. Only NCERT formulas, key concepts and NCERT summary. Summary is very important. There you get the entire idea of the chapter quickly. Okay, so NCERT formulas and key concepts, which is listed in the NCERT summary, also points to ponder. You should revise that, points to ponder as well. Now no deep derivations are obviously required. Okay, you do not need to read every line by line, there is no time for that. So you do not read all the derivations, but keep a formula sheet if you can. Formula sheet will be helpful for you to revise the chapters quickly. Now PYQ practice, you have to practice PYQs chapter wise and paper wise as well. So you have to practice PYQs solved last 10 to 15 years. 10 years is okay, 15 years if you get extra time, 15 years, but 10 years PYQs you have to solve to boost your confidence. Now repeat, see that if any questions or any concepts are repeated or not. Okay, mark those concepts. Okay, for example, Malus law from the chapter wave optics is one of the most repeated question. So Malus law, you mark that those kind of questions. Wheatstone bridge is also a repeated concept. Mark those concepts that okay, from these concepts we are getting questions. Okay. Now mistakes, if you are making any mistakes while solving those questions, mark them as well in your error book. Formula revision, 1 hour you have to revise the formulas from the chapters. Okay, so make a formula sheet, try to understand what are all the formulas, what are all the variables, try to memorize them. Some of them will be very, very beneficial if you really want to score well. Okay, now mixed MCQs, 1 hour mixed MCQs means first of all you have solved mostly you have solved chapter wise MCQs. Now you solve 2-3 different chapters MCQs, so that your the things that you have revised yesterday, try practicing MCQs from that chapter today, so that will help you to retain your memory, retain your concentration as well. So this is that phase 1 strategy that you should follow till 19th of April. Last 4-day strategy, what should you do? You have to at least write 1 full mock test. Okay, you have to start. If you are someone who already have almost completed their syllabus, they should start doing their mock test just now. We are offering KCET ABHYAS test series for only 199, so you can register for that because the offer is going to end very, very soon. If you are watching at a later time, maybe the offer is already ended, but if you are watching on time, then definitely you should register yourself for ABHYAS KCET test series. There you will get free, not free, paid test series, which will actually not only help you to prepare for exam, but it will also help you to prepare the time management as well. Okay, time management skill will also be improved if you take that test series. Okay, now analyze your mistakes, which is very, very important. How to analyze my mistake? When solving a question, I made a mistake, I got a wrong answer, but when I am checking the solution, I saw that okay, the solution is something different than what I have solved. That means I made the mistake. Where I made mistake, whether it's conceptual, whether it is calculation based, or whether I have completely used a different formula. So that's how you have to analyze your mistake, which is very, very, very important. And revise weak chapters, the chapters from where you are not able to answer questions, you are getting stuck in certain chapters. Improve on those chapters, which is very, very, very important. And how to revise in NCERT summary and points to ponder, formula sheet. These are the weapon for you to revise the chapters. Okay, so I hope that will be very, very helpful for you. Now this is not over. During the exam also you have to be careful how to strategize your 45 marks guaranteed. You have to attempt 50 to 55 questions. Okay, and I am assuming that all the questions you will not be able to answer correctly, so your accuracy must be 85 to 90%. Okay, so if you are answering 85 to 90% accurate with an 85 to 90% accuracy, then answering 50 to 55 questions will guarantee that you are scoring that 45 plus marks. Okay, now there is no negative marking, so even if you don't know a question, don't leave the question blank, mark an answer. Okay, there are some strategy videos available on our channel on how to guess an answer. So that is a scientific guessing, you can guess the answer. Some cases scientific guessing does not work. In that case you have to do a random guessing. So random guessing, guess the answer which you feel is correct answer. Do not try to copy from others, because the question numbers will be different. So if you are asking what is the answer for 50, he said option A, but your 50 question and your friend's 50th question are different, so do not try to copy it from your friend. Okay, so remember that question papers will be different for each individually, all of you. So do not try to copy from your friend. Whatever you think, if you don't know the answer, you guess the answer, leave it there. Okay, and also there is a chance that your paper might be cancelled if you get caught while trying to cheat. Okay, so do not cheat, but definitely if you practice properly, the 90% marks you should get, and 45 plus should be achievable easily, right? So with this note, I like to end this lecture, and if you have any other doubts, any other queries, please mention that in the comment section below. And remember, ABHYAS test series, KC30 crash course, all are available at a discounted price till midnight, so don't forget to register for that if you are watching this video today. Okay, all the best for your preparation. I'll be back with more tips and tricks, or also lecture videos very soon. Till then, bye.